11 rebounds and 6 assists. And the Spurs are headed to the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2017. And Victor Wembanyama, he is going to join us very shortly. Welcome into the lounge at Stage 11. I'm Taylor Brooks with BG, Dirk, Steve, and UD. The Spurs, they're headed to the Western Conference Finals in a great game. You heard Stephon Castle say there that their energy and attention to detail was the best that it has been all series, and that really showed, UT.
Yeah, and once again, it showed in this series, but this has been a season-long building process for these guys. I mean, this started in training camp, and you also heard them talk about them being ahead of schedule. This is months of working on habits, not settling, not just going through games and say, okay, we won, we'll get to the next one. No, we're going to get in film, we're going to hold ourselves accountable, we're going to correct our mistakes. So when we get to this part of the season, we're at our best version. I love to see a team wear on the team, impose their will, and break them. Trust me, this is a very gratifying win if you're on the other end and you're the San Antonio Spurs, to go against a good team that have been in the Western Conference Finals the last couple of years, to wear them out and to finish them at the end. I'm just impressed. At averaging age of 25 in that starting lineup, and a 35, 36-year-old coach, this is extremely impressive for me.
Yeah, I mean, just the poise, you touched on it, but to be that young and to come out and just go about their business, losing game one and then to rattle off 4 straight, says a lot about who they are collectively, but also individually. They all just seem like they're about business. They look like they enjoy playing basketball with each other. But this was just an impressive win from the beginning. I mean, it's not easy for a young team to go back on the road and have to get one to close it out, and come out and play with the poise they did and not give up a lead like that.
I mean, we obviously know all about the poise, the lack of experience. We have talked about that. We know how great Wemby is. But in this game and really throughout this series, the guards have been a difference maker. Steve?
It's incredible. You know, they have 3 guards that can really get to the basket almost any time they want. I think it's a decision defenses have to make. And you've also got Victor roaming. You've got shooters around them. So it's an embarrassment of wealth in some respects for this team that they can play both sides of the ball. They can come at you in different ways. You know, I still think they're a developing team in a lot of ways. Having said that, at this curve in their development, they might be good enough to win a championship. But, like, they're nowhere near where they're going to be, and that's how good they are already.
I mean, we're going to dive into this a little bit more, but talking about being good enough to win a championship means going through the OKC Thunder. What do you see about that potential matchup? Dirk is like, yeah, it's a giant, but Steve's right.
Yeah, I mean, this has been developing all year long, and I think this is the matchup we all want to see and look forward to. This is going to be an incredible series. We all know the Spurs had a little bit of a heads up this year in the series. I think they're 4-1 against OKC this year. So it's going to be incredible. I think the difference is that OKC can pressure you, turn you over, but the Spurs are a tough matchup with those 3 guards. Like we talked about, how poised they play. They don't turn the ball over. They're smart. Wemby is a game changer on both ends. So this is a tough matchup for OKC also. So this will be a heck of a series, and we're all going to be tuned in.
Yeah, and if you're the San Antonio Spurs, do not be immature and think whatever happened in the regular season matters right now in the playoffs. Whatever you did against those guys in that regular season does not matter right now in the playoffs. It is 0-0. Both teams are healthy. You win against a Portland Trailblazer team that you were just better than. Then you went against a Minnesota Timberwolves team who was hurt. Anthony Edwards was not 100%. They lost DiVincenzo. You're going against a full team now. Don't worry about what happened in the regular season. This is 0-0, and we're starting from scratch right now.
Good point.
Yeah, great point for sure. You know, it was balanced scoring in this one. 6 different Spurs scored in double digits tonight. Those guards combined for 68 points. We keep saying that they are ahead of schedule, but what is it? Why?
Their poise, their maturity. I mean, I think they're so locked in. I do want to give a shout out to the Spurs coaching staff.
Completely.
I mean, they truly, I mean, you can't speak to young players progressing without pointing to the coaching staff and the job they've done with them. Mitch Johnson has been fantastic. Offensively, they've grown. They're trusting each other, but defensively as well. Sean Sweeney, who a lot of us know, I mean, has done such a good job of building blocks, right? You start out the season, you're working on this. Okay, we got that. We're going to add to it. And there are wrinkles to their defense that we haven't seen yet. I mean, there's different lineups. There's different things that they can throw out there. So that's what I'm excited about for this next series is Oklahoma City. I think San Antonio has more levels to go to with different wrinkles to throw in. You saw Lakers trying to throw different wrinkles out there, a little junk defense to get some stops, and I think San Antonio has that as well. And but they have the bodies, they have the players to be able to match up with Oklahoma City. So I'm excited for that little chess match between the two coaching staffs.
What is the thing from this series, that they will have to take with them moving forward, and the thing, they are going to have to fix?
What are they going to have to fix? I think the turnovers were a little bit of an issue. I think for this team, how good they are offensively is because they don't let you off the hook. They do not get empty possessions. If they turn it over, they might turn it over, but they do not get empty possessions. They drive the basketball. They spray to the open guy. If he has a shot, he takes it. If he doesn't, you have Wemby at the rim. So they don't have empty possessions. I think just not turning over the ball, and obviously defensively, this poses a whole different threat right now. You're not going against a big that's going to be standing in the paint right now. You're going against a big who can shoot the ball from the perimeter. So Wemby has to be a little more careful when he goes to block those shots because you have a guy that can spread the floor. It's not going to be as easy as it was when you're guarding Gobert or even when you're guarding J.D. McDaniels. As good as McDaniels was in the first series, he is not a standstill spot-up three-point shooter. That is not what he wants to do for a 48-minute game. Chet can stand out there and he can shoot the ball well enough to beat you. And Jalen Williams can as well. So those 5 men can knock down shots. So it'll be a little bit more of a different, challenge for Wemby, but I'm sure those guys will figure it out. They'll get in that film room and they'll understand what they need to do.
And I think as good as San Antonio's been and how terrific we've seen their guards play, I do think they're going to be challenged to score in the half court. When they get in a half court game with OKC, they will have to execute, and I think it's going to be a real growth opportunity for them, but they're going to be challenged. There's going to be times if they don't make shots, they don't make plays, how are they going to create advantages that they're very good at creating in transition?
Yeah, some of their shot selection at times in this series, when they weren't getting to the basket was a little shaky, and they were able to make shots tonight, but what are they going to do when they're not getting everything at the basket, and what are they going to do when some of those three-point shots aren't going in? That's when you saw their offense rattle a little bit, especially in the 2 losses.
I think their defense travels, and that's the biggest point. Everybody says they're so immature, they're not experienced, but their defense makes up for their lack of experience on the offensive end. They're so good. If their whole team's to under 40% shooting, that gives them a chance every night to play and be in the game and win on the road. They don't really get into trading baskets. Wemby plays every defensive possession like it's his last and goes for everything and competes, and that sets a tone for everybody. And I love the emotional just steadiness of those 3 guards. They're young, but they don't get too rattled. They don't get too high. They don't get too low. They keep attacking. They keep playing their game, keep putting pressure defensively full court. And I was really impressed by the Spurs again in this series.
Yeah, they're inexperienced, but they are very mature.
Yeah.
They're very mature. It's impressive. You watch all of them talk to the media, that talk to us, and they have the right answers. And it's one of those things where they actually believe it. This is not just good media training. I think they're far beyond their years that way.
And what I love about them, the maturity comes out in when you make a mistake, when you get punched in the mouth, when you lose. They're not too cool. Mm-hmm. They don't get emotional. They are able to bounce back. They learn their lessons. That's a maturity. They get better every game, every series. They learn, they grow, they take something with them. That is what's scary about this team, is that they could come out, they could get blown out in game 1, and they're going to be a totally different team in game 2, and that's a sign of maturity as well.
And, so much of that maturity does begin with Wemby. We are going to speak with him shortly. But when you look back on this regular season and this playoffs, what did we see from Victor Wembanyama this year that most impressed you, UD?
Just the growth offensively, defensively, understanding the game, the leadership, how he's continued to lead this team, not only with his play, but with his voice. I think oftentimes when you get a young player, they don't know how to use their voice. They know how to go out there and play hard, but they don't know how to use their voice. You start to see Victor start to use his voice. You start to see him cut his hair off and just do all these things to just bring these guys together. So, for me, it's just his leadership. The leadership that he has displayed from the beginning of the season to now has been great.
Well, we'll get to chat with him about that. It is time now for Premium Player, presented by Patron.
There he is.
Wemby.
He's back again.
He's back.
Back
We do
again.
this every week.
Wemby, the 6-year playoff drought this season, and you now make the Western Conference Finals for the first time since 2017. I know you are soaking it all in, but what does this moment represent for you?
Man, the words conference finals just seem surreal right now. It's like something I heard my whole life, and now we're in it, and it's kind of unreal. But at the end of the day, it's just basketball. We know what we got to do.
Victor, ça va? Félicitations.
Ça va, toi? Merci.
How's my accent?
Brutal.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Smooth.
Dirk's trying to hate, but thank you.
French Canadian.
Hey, listen, you guys are a young team. We've talked about it. You said we don't care. But how have you seen your team grow and form habits even during the playoffs? Because it feels like you just keep getting better.
Feels like everybody's taking pleasure in executing the game plan. And personally, this series was probably the most fun I had on defense, the most fun. Like, everybody was on a string. Everybody was, like, connected. And I was about to go help somebody because I know my teammate has my back. And, like, everybody just went together, you know. And that's the most fun I had on defense.
Vic, great game tonight, man. After you got ejected in Game 4, I saw you come back with a different focus, a different poise. I saw them try to get under your skin, but you wouldn't let them trick you off your spot. You stayed focused. You stayed in the moment. What did you learn from that moment? And I think that also infused your team a little bit. What did your team get from that moment as well? Because I'm a guy that don't mind you drawing the line in the sand. I know you ain't trying to hurt nobody, but I don't mind you drawing the line in the sand.
Oh, for sure. No, for sure. You know, I had to make a statement coming back. I knew, obviously, what they were going to do. I knew, of course, this was going to be a certain narrative, but I felt like if I gave in into the physicality and the dirtiness, that would have helped them. And I knew I couldn't go over the edge again, so I had to beat them by playing basketball.
By the way, Wemby, I know you said that you were looking for both mature Vic and angry Vic to show up at the same time. What does that look like when they both show up?
It's hard to make him show up. I mean, it comes out in big games naturally, but because it's hard to not fall to the dark side, or to the light side or whatever. And I would say when it shows up, it's kind of like the end of, I think it was Game 3 here, where it felt like everything was coming together for me, and I felt really smooth in both the physicality and the play.
Congrats with a great game. What did you see from your three guards, especially for this game, but for the whole series here?
I saw them overcome some heavy difficulties, heavy pressure all the time. It was a hard series. It was a tough series. And lots of responsibilities were on them because, the way they were guarding the pick and roll, they had to make a lot of decisions. And I had to execute the screens, but then the decision was on them. And you can see, Steph today, he had an amazing pass, an amazing late pass. But these guys, all three guards play way different, and they all bring something to the table when they sub in.
Big, now that this series is over, looking ahead to Oklahoma City. I know you guys had success against them in the regular season and in the NBA Cup, but the playoffs is a whole different animal. So, what's your focus or the team's focus going into that series?
Right now, we're focusing on our body recovering and putting the Wolves series to bed. And tomorrow or in a couple of days, we're going to start worrying about the Thunder. And we know it's going to be a whole different series and totally other challenges. This is a team that knows how to play basketball. They know their stuff. And we're going to see. We're going to rewatch all their games and do the scouting and try to execute over there on Game 1.
Wemby, I know that you heard it throughout the season. Everybody talked about, lack of experience. Like Steve said, everybody said, okay, this team is ahead of schedule, yet here you are at the Western Conference Finals. And I'm curious what you have learned can sometimes matter more than having experience.
Heart matters more than anything, for sure. More than physical ability, more than size, more than experience. And I feel like lack of experience, if we don't know that it's impossible, we will do it. As simple as that.
Wemby, last thing, man. I saw Sean Sweeney going crazy when you closed out and gave up a dunk to Terrence Shannon. So tell him to relax over there. You're pretty good at defense.
Hey, we want to shoot for perfection.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You
like
too.
that.
I want him to keep me accountable.
I love it.
Yeah, you all are awfully, awfully close. Thank you so much for your time, Wemby. Congrats and great luck rest of the way.
Good luck.
Good luck, man.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Have
Cheers,
fun.
y'all.
All right, great stuff, as always, there from Wemby. What a guy. Always a great quote. You talk about how good they are with the media. Incredible. Now, earlier tonight, Cade Cunningham and the Pistons were facing elimination on the road in Game 6 in Cleveland. They walked away with a 115-94 victory to send this series to a Game 7, which means we will see you on Sunday for a win-or-go-home showdown.
That means we're working.
Surprise! We are back.
Guess I ain't going to church no more. I'm going to sit church out.
Game 7 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, Cavs against the Pistons. UD here with the basketball gods. Our pregame coverage starts at...
And just what's kind of the emotions coming out of a game where it got away from you the way that it did here?
I mean, I just tip my hat to them. It was just a better team.
I think you went down to the Spurs bench with 8 minutes to go in the game. Like, what was kind of the thought process to do it in the middle of the game there rather than kind of waiting for the end?
I mean, at that point, you know you ain't going back in, so you're just trying to get them respect they deserve. So, yeah.
With how they handled you guys, like how much work do you guys have to do going forward here to catch up in the Western Conference and
to catch up
and to contend again?
I don't know, man. I think I don't think that's a question for me.
And last year in the West Finals, you said OKC was kind of like on a string defensively. San Antonio looked like they had a lot of that look in this series as well. What do you guys have to do, you as a leader, whatever, in the regular season to make it where you guys can be like that on the defensive end against some of this top competition?
We just got to listen to the coaches. Yeah. We got a hard time of, like, processing stuff and going out there and doing it. We try to do stuff on our own. I think that's our problem.
Do you feel like the regular season's a ton of stuff?
Yeah, I feel like you're supposed to build championship habits or playoff habits in the regular season. Yeah, great question. I think so, yeah.
All right, so we're going to unpack some of the things that Ant said there, but here is the moment where he said he was just giving them the respect they deserve. 8 minutes were left in the game. Your reactions to this moment?
I've watched the NBA and been a part of it for a long, long time. I've never seen this. A guy walking into the huddle with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter and dapping up the entire team. Too much for me. Obviously, you can do that after the game and show plenty of respect. That was a little strange for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that. I've never seen that before. I mean, I do like what he said, that he wants to give him respect, but I think you wait and you have to take your licks at the end of the game like everybody else. I do want to say, I mean, he was definitely hobbled. Minnesota definitely hobbled. With DiVincenzo out, Io didn't look like he was full strength either, and they played hard. It was a valiant effort, but it was. I mean, he was right. San Antonio was just a better team.
Yeah. Now, you had a reaction there to what he said at the end about needing to build a team that has championship habits, playoff habits. I didn't get to hear the question he was asked, but what were you thinking when you heard that?
Well, you would think that they would have that by now. You would think that they would have that. They've been to the Western Conference Finals. You would think over the years that they've built that. I understand. I think this is Julius Randle's second year, but you would think that a team that has been there, they would have those habits. So the fact that they don't have those habits is very disappointing to me. Because once you get here, and I say this all the time, the playoffs has a way of revealing what's inside you. And I didn't like what I saw from some of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Ant was definitely hobbled. DiVincenzo was out. But some of the things I saw I didn't like. And what I will say is great as Ant is as a basketball player, there's still some growth for him as well. Because as a leader, I would not have walked down there and shook their hand. I would not have walked down there and shook their hand with 8 minutes left in the game. As a leader of my troops and my guys, I would not show that weakness. The game is not over. I got 8 minutes left. I still got smoke coming out of my ears because I'm so damn mad we losing. Let me calm down for those 8 minutes since I'm not in, and then after those 8 minutes, I'll go down there and I'll congratulate them and their coaching staff. But in the middle of the game, when I got guys that have sat the bench and cheered me on, no, I'm going to sit there and cheer those guys on. I'm going to put that energy back into those guys, and then when the game's over, I'll go over there and shake their hands. So that's just the way I handle things. I'm a little bit different. I'm a little bit old school. I understand there's a different generation, but I don't think if they were beating San Antonio, Wemby would have went down there and shook his hand with 8 minutes left. I don't think so. I damn sure know Wemby wouldn't have went down there and shook his hand.
I don't even know if that's old school.
So
That's just school.
Yeah, so for me, I love Ant-Man as a basketball player. I love where he's going to be as a basketball player, but as a leader, the next few steps he needs to make are little small details and things like that, because other people on your team, and those guys are always watching you, and they're following you whether you know it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I watched that press conference, and obviously I am not in Ant's head. I don't know what he was thinking, but you feel like you could sense a little bit of frustration a bit, just...
Anytime you hear a player say, that's not my decision,
yeah.
he's saying somebody got to make some moves. Do your job. Anytime you hear a player say, that's not my decision, he basically saying, y'all do your job up there.
Yeah. I mean, Steve, what do you want the Timberwolves to take from how this postseason went?
Well, I think it's important to not overreact because I actually think they did phenomenally well. They handled Denver, okay? They lost DiVincenzo. The Sumu has been hurt most this second round, and Ant's been hobbled. So for them to get to 6 games against a phenomenal team, like, let's not throw everything out here. Let's not overreact. Now, habits. Now, were we 100% happy with those? Okay, we can improve there. Can we improve the roster? Absolutely. But you also have to look at it. This is a Western Conference that's getting to becoming a 2-horse race.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like 2 extremely talented, deep teams with futures and assets and all sorts of, growth capital and potential. So you can't get too carried away, and you can't throw out the baby with the bathwater. I think they have to look at this thing this summer, see how can they meaningfully improve their roster, and then start to build those habits back up. But this is a team that's done well the last 3 years, and they did very well this year considering their injuries. They're well coached, and they have Ant. Ant is a cornerstone. He's a guy Wemby doesn't really bother Ant the way he bothers almost everybody else. So I think there's a lot of things they can build on here. They just got to make sure they're very strategic, and I don't know how much flexibility they have off the top of my head, but these are big, big decisions because it has gotten so tight at the top of the Western Conference.
I also think if you look back at the regular season means something. I thought they did great in the playoffs. They competed. They had a great first round, but they should have never fallen to whatever they fell to, like a 6 seed, to see a tough Denver and go to a long series and fight through all that with Ant hobbled. They were just, for me, a little bit too inconsistent all regular season. They lose some games. They had big leads with like a minute left. And I mean, that Phoenix game comes to mind when they were up 7 or 8 and they lose a lead like that in a minute. And they had numerous of those games. And I just think that's where it starts. They had some turnover issues all year long, some inconsistency. Maybe they add a point guard to get some relief for Ant. He had a lot on his plate at times. So we'll see. But I agree with Steve. They have a lot of good pieces there. And unfortunately, Julius couldn't show here in the second round. They really needed him to step up here in the second round and just didn't get enough. But they got good pieces, and we'll see what they add this summer to keep improving their roster.
Yeah, we'll see what unfolds in the offseason. Did you have something to say, PG?
Sneak one in there, PG.
I thought your point about this sort of becoming a 2-horse race is very true. But what we're seeing right now in the NBA is you can't really have weak links on the floor. Like Oklahoma City, sure, you can say, okay, you know what, they're shooting, but defensively, 1 through 5, they all guard. San Antonio, 1 through 5, they all guard. So when you think about putting a roster together, if you're Minnesota, it's like trying to figure out where exactly do you attack it, because the rest of the rosters really in the West, they are not quite there yet. So I don't know the answers to it, but it is a really interesting thought of how you go from, okay, we got this team, Rudy, and obviously the cornerstone, Rudy, a defensive-minded player, and like what little tweaks do you make? As you were saying that, I was trying to think about what the answer is, and the problem is these two teams are so good. There's not just a clear-cut answer.
And just to add some context as you all are thinking about the offseason, and Gobert, Randall, McDaniels, Reed, all under contract next season. Io, Bones, Conley, all free agents. And, of course, Dante's likely out for a lot of next season. So we'll just have to see how that unfolds there. But the Timberwolves season, it's over after a loss of the Spurs tonight. And you know the tradition here on Nightcap. We have our favorite tradition. It's time to say our official goodbye. Dirk Nowitzki.
Take him to church, Dirk.
The floor is yours.
Is it really?
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dirk Nowitzki.
You belong to me, I belong to you.
That's all I got for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the smooth sounds of Dirk Nowitzki.
Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate.
We'll be right back for more smooth R&B and jazz hits.
Good stuff, Dirk.
Good stuff.
It never gets old, by the way.
Never gets old.
Sorry. Never
And
gets
that was incredible.
I used to dream of being a radio DJ.
And look, you made it to TV.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Just end up being in the Hall of Fame and making millions. That's okay, though.
Exactly. What a life, this guy. All right, the boys are back for and that was nice, BG.
Well, I thought that's what Dirk said.
The Pistons win.
Funny.
They force a Game 7 in Detroit on Sunday, and here's JB Bickerstaff after the victory.
We did what needed to be done. And, again, when we're at our best, it's the defense that's going to carry us. It's the physicality. I was pleased that we were allowed to play our style of basketball tonight, where we can be handsy, be physical, legally handsy, and just make it difficult on people.
We had opportunities, little small spurts, but it was never like a consistent flow on both ends of the ball, which is a little frustrating, but, you can't do nothing about it. You got to start focusing, gearing our mind for, one game on the road.
Overconfident, nerves, illnesses?
No. We got a humble group. I see the group right now. No heads down. No, hey, we blew that. None of that. They play great. We didn't play so well. Now we gotta flip the narrative. Game 7.
We could sit here and dwell on this and carry that into Sunday. What's that going to do for us, right? So, understand. We have an opportunity. We missed it. Now we have another opportunity on Sunday, and that's the mindset.
Two of the best words in sports. Game 7. Baby, that's 3.
That was
All right. Let's talk about that Game 7. Give me the keys to a win for the Cavs as UD shakes his head.
First, I just have to, listen, I can't stand when players say, like, what is harping on this tonight going to do for Game 7? It's going to help if you hold each other accountable. It's going to help if you hold each other accountable. Listen. Coach Atkinson need to put some hot sauce in these boys' water bottles.
Yes.
I've never seen a team come in with a chance to close out with less intent to finish them. I've never seen a team come in with a closeout opportunity with less focus, with less intensity. Like, I've never seen that. Hell, Coach Atkinson need to put some hot sauce in his water bottle, too. Because he ain't holding nobody accountable sitting up on that damn stand.
Hot sauce going around.
Like, he ain't holding crystals at that. That's what we doing. We coming with the crystals. Just in case I get it, just in case, you know. But I'm just saying, listen.
Crystals, holla at him.
Yeah, but no, listen, I've never seen a team have a chance to close out and come in with this. You didn't even crack 100 points tonight. Like, come on, and didn't sit there and be like, oh, we had an opportunity in small pockets. No. You had an opportunity to win the game from the jump. And your focus, the way you approached it, your intent, everything was off, and that's why you lost. Now you're going back to Detroit with Game 7. What's going to happen now? What's inside you is going to reveal itself in Game 7. We're going to see because you will be judged. Sitting up there talking about, oh, yeah, what we going to do about it now? Lose on Saturday. Lose the next game and watch what happens. You will be judged because everybody's sitting here waiting for Donovan to do what he's going to do. We're waiting for James to do what he's going to do. You guys have had the opportunity. Now you sit here in a Game 7 situation. If you don't close this out, you have nobody to blame but yourselves.
Man, they might need to just play this video in the locker room.
Yeah.
Because, man, I can't stand when guys sit up there on that panel and be like, oh, yeah, what can we do about it now? What the hell you mean, what can you do about it now? Hold each other accountable because James had crazy turnovers. You had bad turnovers. This guy didn't box out. This didn't happen right. All that was opportunity for you guys to do those things, and you didn't do it. So I don't agree with that. What are we going to do about it now? We're going to watch this damn film. That's what we're going to do about it now. And we're going to fix these problems so when we go to Game 7, we don't make these same mistakes. That's what we're going to do about it.
Lord, we come before you today.
I can't. I'm sorry, guys. Y'all know,
Dirk, you're...
Yeah, just to add to this, they're very nonchalant to a closeout game at home.
Yeah.
20 turnovers, way too many. They got beat in fast break points, points to the paint, second chance points, bench points, all of it across the board. In a huge home game, we have a chance. You just stole one. You stole a home court advantage. You could close it out on game 6. Just too nonchalant for me. So to say all that, I agree with...
What are we going to do about it now?
Yeah.
Get your ass whooped on...
You know what? I think we got it there. So key for the Cavs, Hot sauce in the water bottle. All right, we're going to see you on Sunday for a winner-go-home showdown on Prime. Game 7 of the Cavs and Pistons. Our pre-game coverage starts at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, and we can't wait to be back Sunday.
Better bring around hot sauce.
Crystals, holla at UD, Crystals.
And as part of that pre-game coverage, we will announce the winner of the Kia NBA MVP Award live here on Prime. The reigning MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 3-time MVP, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama are the finalists. The winner will join us on our
Playing
He had
hard.
9 turnovers that game.
No, I didn't.
You guys had great flow back in the day, man. Just luscious
Yeah.
locks, great hair.
Now we got the power alley, so it's
Yeah.
just sad.
Still flowing. Steve, don't let him loop you into that.
Oh, no.
All right. We want to wish a very happy birthday to someone who coached Dirk and
Hey,
Steve.
Nels.
The Hall of Famer Don
Happy
Nelson.
birthday, Nelly.
Happy birthday, Nelly.
3-time NBA Coach of the Year, celebrating his 86th birthday on Friday. Happy birthday to you. Great photo there. But I actually want to take I want to take a second to read you all my favorite Nelly quote.
Oh, he's got a few.
It was great. He said about both you two that you just struck up a friendship because I think their personalities kind of clicked and they both like to drink beers.
Still true to this day.
That's crazy.
True for one of
Nelly.
us.
Accurate?
The other one, follow the thumb.
Dirk. Okay, got it.
Got it.
Nelly is a legend, man. He was so far ahead of his time. How he thought the game, the mismatching, the go small, the shooting always, the go small lineups. So yeah, he was a mismatch master and thought the game ahead of his time. So happy birthday, Nels. Miss
Happy
you.
birthday. And
Happy
judging
birthday,
by
Nelly.
that quote, also a truth teller. Coming up next, we are going to hear from Mitch Johnson in the Spurs locker room. NBA Nightcap presented by Patron continues after this.
Mr. Hemi's here.
The NBA app and tap to watch playoff games live.
What a series. Talked about that team. Has been to the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. They're tough. They're competitive. All the things that we expected. That's what goes into how delicate every single opportunity and moment is. And that's what we need from every single one of you, whatever that means. But that's a fine win tonight and in the series that took every one of you guys. It's a hell of an accomplishment.
We have a huge Game 7 on Sunday, and during our pregame show, we will announce the MVP winner live here on Prime. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama are the finalists. The winner will join us on our pregame show. On Sunday, it's the Cavs and Pistons with a spot in the Eastern Conference Finals on the line. Our pregame coverage gets underway at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on Prime. Dirk, you doing okay?
Doing great.
I think you might need a little bit of that.
I need that action.
By the way, you got to start your own brand.
With this.
Yeah,
This
there
is
you
crazy.
Hot sauce. Bring the heat.
Yeah.
Great branding there, you do.
Yeah, for sure. Trust me. Put it in your water bottle and watch how hard you play.
That's got to go on the
Hard you
label.
run to the toilet, huh?
That's it for us. Judging by that yawn, you're running to the bed. All right, for VG, Dirk, Steve, and UD.